we're just waiting. All right. Oh, here we are. We're live. Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Dave with QuickJack, and welcome to our live stream. Thanks for coming. I'm going to just ramble on a little bit to let some people come into the room because I know we've got a couple minutes to let people come in. Real excited today. We're gonna, we haven't done a live stream in a while, and I'm sorry about that. But we're trying to get back to it. We've got the same frequently asked questions, stuff that you've submitted online that we're going to go ahead and answer for you. And towards the end, we're going to do a little Q&A. If you guys have any questions, keep them ready so that we can get to those a little bit later after we go through the main stuff. I know Miguel was supposed to be here with me today, but unfortunately he couldn't make it because you may notice I'm in this snazzy new shirt, and that's because we're going to SEMA next week. And SEMA is going to be awesome, and he's prepping for that. Everybody's super busy around here, so unfortunately, you guys are just stuck with me today. But I think we're going to go ahead and get started with the questions, and also be sure to stay tuned for that SEMA stuff after. We'll do that after the questions because we have some really cool stuff to announce for SEMA. So stay tuned for that, especially if you're going to be there next week. Let's see, where do we start? We'll go to the questions. I think we have enough folks in. So first, what's up? Let's see. First question we have is, what's the recommendation on stacking the rubber blocks on top of the truck adapters? And the recommendation for that is, we don't recommend it. Don't do it. They're like building blocks. You guys. It's trying to figure out. One solid piece is going to be more stable than trying to add a bunch of little pieces on top. You have one thing stacked all weird, and it gets ugly, guys. So just stick with the truck adapters. You have the truck adapters, that steel stacking pin, or you've got the rubber blocks. Don't try and keep stacking up. It's not going to go well for you. It's not safe, and your safety is important to us. So let's just throw that one away. Next question we have is, can I use hydraulic fluid instead of transmission fluid? The answer to that is absolutely yes. You can use an ISO 32, 46, or 68 rated hydraulic oil in addition to your regular Dexmer, standard off-the-shelf ATF. Any of those things is going to be fine. And if you live in a colder or warmer climate and you want to get hydraulic oil that's better rated for the temperature that you're going to be working in, by all means. And again, that's the ISO 32, 46, or 68, which are pretty standard. Let's see, moving right along. Actually, kind of along the same theme, we have a question here asking about storing the QuickJack and what temperatures we can store it at. Well, we're not so much worried about the storage temperature as much as the working or operating temperature. The QuickJack has an operating temperature of between 20 degrees Fahrenheit and 120 degrees Fahrenheit, which is, 100 degrees to play with right there. So as far as that's concerned, storing, if you're going hotter than that, I'm very sorry for you, first off. And if you're going colder than that, that's all right too for storage. What we recommend is making sure to check the manual, and again, the manual is always available for download at quickjack.com, but check out the manual, and we have a page for maintenance and troubleshooting. The maintenance guide is going to tell you what you need to know as far as checking out to make sure everything's in proper working order. And when you're taking it out of storage, particularly when it's been in extreme temperatures, you're going to want to run through that guide. So you're going to want to check the air cylinder and make sure that it's properly filled to 50 psi. You're going to want to check the lubrication points. You're going to want to check the hydraulic fluid, especially if you're in colder temperatures and you may have some water accumulation inside the tank. You may need to drain and refill the hydraulic fluid. So it's really just a matter of checking the system thoroughly before using it if it's going to be stored in extreme temperatures. So yeah, you can store it wherever you want, hot, cold, doesn't matter. Just check it out before you use it. Long-winded. All right. Next question we have. Do you have to fill the air cylinder with 50 psi of air every time you use QuickJack? Again, this is going to be a no. You do it at setup, and once it's set up and you're operating it regularly, you really only have to check it monthly. Again, if you refer, like I was just saying, to the maintenance guide in your QuickJack manual, you'll see that the recommendation is monthly checks for the air pressure. If it's stored except for some excessive amount of time or in extreme conditions, if it's been real cold at night or real hot and you haven't used it in a while, definitely check the air pressure. It should be holding it, and it should be there at 50 psi. So real quick check to do, and definitely not necessary to continuously be pumping that up. There we go. Let's see, next we have actually two questions here that kind of tie together. So I'm gonna say both of them and we'll go over it. First off is, how many watts does the 110 power unit require? And the second question is, if you have the 110 version of the power unit, would an inverter, a power inverter, supply enough current to use from the car battery? All right, so as far as the wattage goes, now you guys know that QuickJack has been out for a few years now. We've had a few iterations of the power unit. There are some variables here, so I'm going to give you some general numbers. There are numbers on the power units themselves that you can check as well, though, if you already have one. First off, the 110 volt power units typically have around 500 to 800 watt ratings on them. Mind you, that's going to be referring to specifically the standard current. So again, when you're under load, when you're using when you're lifting, lowering, doing certain things, electricity, you can under load, it's going to spike a little bit. It may not be that all the time. That's to be expected. So to give yourselves a little wiggle room, the max wattage you're going to be looking at is probably going to be in the 11 to 1500, so 1100 to 1500 watts, and that's like if you're really maxing this thing out, okay? So that's for wattage. Amps, again, standard amps are going to be sitting somewhere in the probably 7 to 8 range as far as draw, and maybe maxing out at 10 to 15. I think that's really what you can expect. So if you're curious about what the power draw is, you can expect maxing out like 10 to 15 amps. It shouldn't really go any farther than that under load. And again, standard current, it's like a 7 to 8 draw. So as far as the inverter, inverters are like generators. It's going to be what the inverter is rated for. There are certainly some power inverters that will give you enough current. The general rule of thumb that I've come across is that if it's a power inverter that you can plug into like the 12 volt cigarette lighter adapter in your car, not going to carry enough current. There are the heavier duty inverters that do connect directly to your batteries, the battery terminals. A lot of those will supply enough power, but you're going to have to check the rating. Make sure that you're rated for enough wattage and enough power on that inverter, and it should work just fine for you. Let's see, where do we go next? This is an important one. Is thread seal tape necessary during the initial QuickJack setup? Yes, it is. Thanks for asking. Always use thread seal tape. You don't need it on every fitting, so make sure you do recognize that. There are two fittings that are compression fittings and several fittings that have O-rings that will not require thread seal tape. But the other fittings absolutely do require thread seal tape. You're going to need to wrap those up, make sure they're good and sealed, because if fluid is getting out, air can get in, and again, we don't want leaks, we don't want air getting in the system. All those are going to cause your system to run a little bit wonky. You want a nice, airtight system, everything locked off. So yeah, definitely use the thread seal tape. Let's see. Next, is QuickJack waterproof? All right. So final question of this batch, and is QuickJack waterproof? The answer is both yes and no. The power unit is absolutely not waterproof. Do not get the power unit wet. It's not sealed. It's not rated for outdoor use. We don't want to get that wet at all. It could short out there. We just don't want to have that happen. So power unit needs to be away from water and moisture. So what we're going to suggest is, if you want to use your QuickJack to do some washing, detailing, go ahead and lift your car up, disconnect from the quick connects, get the long hoses, the power unit, move those out of the way, put them off somewhere else in a cabinet, do what you will. The frames themselves, totally you can get them wet. We just want to make sure that once you're done, to wipe them off completely, make sure they're completely dry, and throw a little lubrication in at the hinge points. We do have recommendations on what you can use for lubrication, again, in your QuickJack manual, which, again, always available for download at www.quickjack.com. And that is going to do it for the questions we have that we got off. These questions just come out of like comments from Twitter, YouTube, all across social media. And that's what we have for you today. Do any of you guys have any questions? Anybody curious about anything, need some follow-ups? No? Going once? Going twice? All right, cool. I hope I've addressed everything that you guys were looking for then. However, now it's time to talk about SEMA. SEMA is next week, you guys, and SEMA is going to be awesome. If you've had a chance to come out to our booth in the past, awesome, and we have a surprise for you this year, because in the past we've had two booths, one inside and one outside, and we have that same configuration this year, except outside we have gone huge. We are going to have QuickJack, we're going to have BendPak, we're going to have Ranger. We're bringing out everything this year, and it's going to be awesome. So definitely make sure to stop by. We have two really cool lifts I want to tell you about. These are actually not QuickJack, these are BendPak products, but they're just super cool, so I want to make sure you know. We have the HD973P coming up. That's a triple stacking lift. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be out there. Triple stacking 4-post. 7,000 pound capacity on the top platform, 9,000 pound in the middle. It's going to be awesome. You can move the platforms independently, which is, if you've seen triple stackers before, they're usually these giant steel towers. Most of the time the platforms have to lift in tandem. These do not. They can move independently. Awesome lift. And then we have the world premiere of our GP9, the next Grand Prix Series lift. It's going to be a 4-post, kind of enthusiast lift. It's going to be awesome. It has no requirement for an air source. It has drip trays included. It has a jacking tray included. Comes with ramps, comes with casters. It's a really great lift. And again, no air source needed. So those locks, we have really durable, positive locks that you can engage and disengage manually. So no, you don't need to have a compressor, you can move it around. It's a great 4-post lift. Comes in 2 sizes. It's going to be out there, and you can come by and check that out. We're going to have Cool Boss, Cool Charge, Ranger tire service, wheel service machines. It's really going to be an awesome time. And of course, there are SEMA specials. I know you guys have been waiting for that. So, for SEMA this year, you have to be at the show to get the specials. I'm sorry, that's how it works. So, if you're not going to be there, find a friend, call your mechanic, whoever's going to be there, whoever who has a shop who's going to be there, send them money, wire transfer, Zealot, Venmo, however you want to get it over to them, and tell them what you want, because literally everything is going to be on sale. Those of you who have seen, BendPak, QuickJack, you've been in the community for a while, know that typically our sales are just on, like for instance, if you're going to get a QuickJack set. This year, not the case. We're going to have specials on everything. If you want to buy just another power unit, it's on sale. If you want to buy some accessories, you want to buy the frame extensions, they're going to be on sale. All accessories on sale. Everything in our catalog is going to have a SEMA special price. Now, I don't have that pricing right now. You're going to have to be at the show to get that price, but literally everything. This goes across BendPak, Ranger, all of our other products as well. So make sure you check out the catalog if there's anything you've been looking for. If you have QuickJack and you've been thinking, well, QuickJack is awesome as a portable lift, but I'd really like a 2-post that I can stand under. Now's the time to do it. Our Grand Prix, we're going to have the Grand Prix there. They're going to be on sale. We have the XPR series BendPak 2-post. Those are going to be on sale. Everything. I can't stress this enough. Everything is going to be on sale and have a SEMA special price. So go to the show, get over to us. You can talk to me, talk to any of us there, and we will get you that SEMA special pricing on anything you need. Really, this is anything you need for the shop or garage, you guys. It doesn't matter. Home garage, pro shop, we can get you taken care of and make sure that you get the best possible deal. And I think that's really it. Definitely come check us out next week. If you have the opportunity, we'd love to see you. And if you have questions, you guys, please continue to submit them. YouTube comments again, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Send those questions, because we are looking and we are receiving those questions, and hopefully we can do more of these where we can answer those questions directly. And of course, we'll always get back to you online as well.